here on U105. Our Linda's in.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
You all right?
I'm doing. I was like you were talking to a normal person. Are you all right?
You're all right there. Grab a seat.
Yeah, listen, so I know that we talked last week about the pegs and feeling sorry for the pegs and stuff, so I just wanted to follow on just for 1 wee second. So I'm standing in the kitchen the other night and I heard my mummy saying, and there's your wee hat. Right? And I looked over my shoulder on both sides and said, Mum, who are you talking to? The banana. Because we put the tin foil on the bananas, to stop them from going off.
Yes, we did discuss this.
And it works.
And it stops them. So you've got wee tin foil hats made for the bananas?
Yes. So
and
that's
and my ma's talking to them?
And you thought I wasn't right. Hey, that's what you said. There's a wee hat for you.
No. That wee woman's going to Shady Pines or similar.
Well, there's a chair waiting for her somewhere.
So we're sitting talking about bananas. Mm-hmm. Right, okay. Well, listen, talking about my ma, right? Mm-hmm. We were sitting having a cup of tea and she was going on about £2.50 for a cup of tea. My God, and it's £3 for a coffee and it's £4 for a slice of cake and £2.50 for car parking. And I says, Ma, if you don't stop your whinging, I'm not inviting you to the house anymore. Boom. There you go.
I like it. Very good. Listen, I went to see a movie because we haven't done movies in ages, and I went to see
because you keep falling asleep.
Robert Pattinson in Mickey 17. And you know what? There were other big stars in it. Mark Ruffalo was there, and there were other actresses that I knew. So I thought, this is going to be good. Bit of sci-fi. I like it. Yeah. It was absolute. And I don't like...
Magamba, was it?
It was bad. It was toys. It was awful. It was absolutely...
It was toys?
It was absolutely rubbish.
Toys. Was it rubbish?
It was bad.
It's about him playing about 17 different parts and all, isn't it? Or
it's
different lives.
It wasn't good.
So thank you, Barry Norman, for that. It was toys.
Have that on the advertising.
Yes. Whoa, not even I fell asleep. Because you try and you let them down gently sometimes and say, I fell asleep, my lad.
No, I was so disappointed at it. So it was. And everybody stayed, because sometimes I went to see the Ghostbusters, right? The Ghostbusters with all the women in it.
Yeah.
And it was...
The Wick one.
Oh, it was bad. But the kids loved it. But it was it was rubbish, and I couldn't sit through it, and I had to get up, and I couldn't watch anymore. But this was so bad, I was hoping that it would have some redeeming feature, and nobody left the pictures. They're all just sitting going, really? They couldn't believe how bad this was.
If you need to leave a picture early, you should, let out a scream or something, and then limp your way out, and people go, what happened to her? It couldn't be the film.
No, it was just...
Here, got a story here. This is true. Jarlath, the DJ, James Disco's brilliant DJ. He's been doing it for years. He had this on his bake book. Now, I did warn him we were going to tell people. So what happened? He had the plumber out to service his boiler, right? All good. And he did a great job. So Jarlath says, I says to the plumber, I'm reading this out, I don't want to get it wrong. I says, how does this system work? And the plumber's explaining about stopcocks and valves and lead piping and stuff that we know nothing about. And the gas warms the water, but if that doesn't work, you can always use the immersion. And Jarlath says, I've never used the immersion. I don't even know where it is in this house, So he brought me to show me the two different switches for the immersion, one at the boiler and one in the utility room. They've both been switched on for 2 years. No. He didn't, because the switches weren't in an obvious place. Yeah. They've both been switched on from the day Ari moved in.
Does that not cost a lot?
It does, aye. That's why he was going, where's these bills coming from? Must be the boiler.
No.
The immersion's been on for 2 years, non-stop. So, Jarlath, how you doing, sir? And I mean,
how's your electric bill?
You know the sins for leaving the immersion on for an hour or 2 hours, or God forbid overnight. Imagine leaving it on for 2 years. Whoa.
Oh, I want an investigation, right? Who left it on?
No, listen, you'd be moving out. Leave it for the next people. Well, I've just realised the immersion's been on for 2 years and I have to move house.
The Jarlath's moving house.
That's mad, isn't it?
It is mad.
It is mad.
I know.
Right, so that film was brutal.
It makes my mummy talking to the bananas seem good.
Yes. I just... I'm not happy about that, No. There's a wee woman...
She's probably listening as well.
Oh, is she right? I'm saying nothing.
Yeah. So there was something else that oh yes, this is another thing. So whenever you're watching a programme, because at the minute I'm watching,
I'm not looking at you, I'm not being rude, I'm just got something more interesting on my phone. You talk away
so
there.
There's a programme on called Homicide in the Streets, and it's absolutely amazing, but it's from 1995, but there's a lot of characters, a lot of detectives in it. So we're sitting and I says, Mum, can you name the different detectives? She looked at me and she says, I didn't know it was going to be a quiz.
You're mad.
No, but the different conversations you have with your family are the funniest conversations, aren't they? The odd things with your family and friends are the best. You get the best material from
No,
them.
I was sitting talking to Rebecca last night and I just started laughing and she was like, what do you like? Says, some of the things you say to me, it's like, it's a bit wired up. And she says, I wonder where I get that from. She didn't say it like that or she'll kill me, but I was like, what are you trying to say? This is your ma. Her ones are all mad. And you always get conversations like that in families. If there's any faults, it's your side of the family.
I know.
And anybody who's an angel and great and all, it's the our ones, we're all like that.
Or any skeletons. Oh, that's definitely your side.
Family, your side of the family. And then somebody will say to Lisa, we're out and all, somebody will say to Lisa Cullen, how you doing? I'm not a Cullen, I'm a Grey. I'm Grey. I'm not one of the Emmons. Well, how often that goes on in other places,
All the time.
Or anybody else talking to their bananas. Right. Jarlath's been on the phone, by the way. He says, I'm still in shock. Still.
Jarlath, I'm in shock for you.
Right, dear me. Stuart says, well, this is Stuarty and Marisa up the Shankill. He says, this is not the thing I could have done with on my way home from a hernia repair operation in Lagan Valley. So he says, I'm not meant to be laughing for 24 hours. Oh, Stuart, hernia. I had a double hernia done once, and I'm just sitting here going, man.
So what happens in a hernia, Dr. Hack in the Bush, because I know if you don't know, you probably make it up. Does something
I don't want to.
in your belly
I get
pop
a
out?
mad feeling in my innards.
Really? Do your innards pop out into your belly?
I'm feeling it now. And it's not even me, it's Stuarty. Sitting holding his innards in with his two hands. He'll need a hand out of that car now.
No.
Right. Because I went in to get my gallbladder out and the guy says, you've a couple of hernias there need done. And I was like, what? He says, I will do them all at once. And I was like, he said it like, I'll have a biscuit with my tea. So casual, as he stood with a brandy and a cigar. Give us that knife over, we'll do these now. But too casual for me. Right, when are you ruining your own show?
Tomorrow night for me.
I ruined your show last Saturday. Great crack.
So you did.
When you're sitting in for someone, it's not great when every other text is, where's Linda? Where's Linda? Where's Linda? When are you finished? When's Linda on? So thank you.
Thank you.
You can tell all your regular listeners.
I know.
Anyway, so you're on Friday, Saturday and Sunday?
Friday, Saturday and Sunday, yep.
Thank you. Bye-bye.